on September 1st, 2021. Well, I have to say, what a couple of crazy ass days, huh? I mean, I get to that birthday weekend, having a great time. Got to go watch the Twins. I mean, just absolutely blow the game against the Milwaukee Brewers. Then I got home, in time to watch the Jake Paul Tyron Woodley fight there in that boxing match. It was pretty decent. All right. Hey, congrats to Jake. Okay, on a huge win. I mean, this dude is starting to feel and kind of look like a real boxer, and big things could potentially, be going and moving in his direction, whatever that may be. We've heard about that Tyson, or not Tyson, oh, can't really remember that one, for the first dude, the Fury, I think it's Tyson's nephew. That whole thing is kind of boiling up. Him and Jake Paul might have a fight on the way. We don't know. Because after the fight, right, Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley, they get, their interviews, and Tyron Woodley's second, and he goes, let's run it back again. Screw Fury. Let's do it again. Like, I won. If it wasn't for those ropes being 7'2", you would have been through it. You would have been on the ground. You would have been KO'd. It would have been over with, and done with. And Jake's like, no. And then you hear Logan in the background, you're old news. Like, no, you're old news. We're moving on, blah, blah, blah. And Jake's like, if you get the tattoo, I love Jake Paul, or Jake Paul's awesome, then we'll have that rematch. And Tyron Woodley's pretty much like, yeah, bet, let's do it. And he's like, we got the tattoo artist right in the building. Come get it done, So who knows what that's going to all transpire to be. Is Jake Paul going to go back to Woodley one more time, or is he going to move past it, keep moving down the list that he has for himself? Like, we have Canelo on there, we have, I think Floyd was even on, McGregor was on there. I mean, this guy's list is just ridiculous, but hey, congrats on a big win. Hopefully he gets more down the road, hopefully not. I'm one for watching him lose, that'd be awesome, but hey, for right now, he looks like a legitimate boxer in that ring. Okay, so congrats on that big win. Then after all of that happened, all right, Tuesday decides to roll around. So yesterday, right, teams have to get down, okay? They have to cut players. They have to get down to their 53-man roster, including 16 players that will be on their, practice squad. But really the practice squad doesn't get figured out till, I actually heard this on the Pat McAfee show via Mike Lombardi. He was saying next Saturday, okay, at 1 p.m. Eastern time, so basically noon, okay, is when, like, if you're on the roster already by that time, by next Saturday at noon, you can have a sigh of relief, okay? Your paychecks are fully guaranteed. Everything is there, okay? Not, you understand what I mean. The fully guaranteed part they already get, but that means your contract is pretty much set in stone. They're going to have to pay you for that year. So Saturday is really when things are okay, or you guys are, I guess the players on these guys' teams on the depth charts at this moment, that is when they can, start to breathe and relax a little bit, okay? So, for players like, obviously Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, those big names, they're going to be on the team. Obviously, you should know that if you know football. But hey, Tuesday decides to roll around, okay? And then fucking bam, wake up to about 1,000 tweets saying the New England Patriots have decided to release quarterback Cam Newton. Okay. I'm like, for real? Like, I thought I was dreaming. Like, I know I woke up one time seeing it, I was like, that's interesting. Fucking went back to bed, woke up a little bit later. Wait, this is real. Like, they just released Cam Newton. Like, what's going on over here? But, hey, we're going to get to that towards the end of the show, because that's a whole segment thing that we can get into dive a little bit deeper. And then we got some other notable pieces to kind of get the show started. So, are you ready to get your fix? Well, to begin the show, we're going to talk about Hard Knocks Episode 4, my takeaway on that. So, I didn't watch it last night. It kind of slipped my mind. Not really. It did at one point. Like, I remember, I was like, oh yeah, we got to watch Hard Knocks. Starts at 9. We still got an hour. It was like 8 o'clock. And, I had a friend come over, we went out to eat. He took me out for birthday. It was awesome. Thanks, Y4, shout out. I had some beat-ups. But got back, and he's been hounding me, just fucking hounding me. Like, you got to watch Power, dude. Go watch some Power, just please. So, last night, being that he was here, I was like, fuck it. Hulu's got it. let's dive into it. Let's dive into Power. Let's see how this is. And I already kind of watched an episode or two a long time ago, just never finally, never got the urge to kind of sit and watch through it. So we kind of watched Power. I watched 2 episodes, or about an episode and a half of Power last night. So I didn't get to Hard Knocks. But I did, in fact, watch Hard Knocks right before the show. Got done about probably 13 minutes before the show got underway. And one big thing about this whole series really is like it's a letdown. Like, if you have ever watched Hard Knocks, or if you go back and watch the other Hard Knocks, the older Hard Knocks, like with the Jets and stuff when Rex Ryan was there, okay? It was a lot different than what it is now. Okay, they dove a little bit deeper. You got to see, players get cut, which sucked for them. Awesome for, viewership and stuff like that in the audience. But they were hard-nosed. You were diving really deep into getting to know these people, the people on the team, okay, people who might not even play football ever again, people that are the starters and stuff. And it seems like, so last year I didn't watch Hard Knocks at all, and apparently last year's was a fucking bomb. Like, it was garbage. And it looks like they're going to continue kind of going down that path. Hopefully not. Hopefully it changes a little bit. But really, it's just it's a big letdown. This episode, again, was like nothing. Okay, granted, they were dealing with some COVID issues, so nobody was in the building. You really couldn't do much on that aspect of it, but they figured out some ways to get some clips into there, where they even used the Houston game, which is their week 3 of the preseason, not their 4th and last game when they played the Jags. But this was just a big letdown. No more of the mojo moments. We might have heard a little bit of peace in that in later in this episode, I guess, but really nothing special at all. I think the 2 biggest things about this episode 4 was, get to see Mike McCarthy come out in a big team meeting, actually dressed up, looking all fancy, and he's like, "Yeah, you bet, I have more than just coaching attire," kind of stuff like that, making a joke with the team. And then at the end, right at the very end, okay, got to see Jerry fucking Jones, and that's what we've been waiting for this whole time. Wanted to see more of Jerry fucking Jones. Let's dabble in what he's got to say. Let's see what he's got. And turns out, so they have these little pee-wee or youth football game going on, and he's the one flipping the coin, okay? So they give the coin to Jerry, and Jerry looks at him before he flips the coin. He's like, "Hey, boys better not mess this up now." Flips the coin. Better, right? Better not fuck that up. This is fucking America's team down here in Dallas Cowboy. Excuse me, entertainment team. That's what I like to call them. But, that was the highlights, okay? What else do I want me to say? It's just, I don't know, Hard Knocks is kind of going down where I think Pat said it best on his show this morning. It seems more like we can get more information off of social media and watching videos and stuff than we have gotten from Hard Knocks, at least the past 2, maybe 3 years. And they got to change something. I still like this. I still see this going forward in the future, because it is a good look at how things are run a little bit more. I guess they dive a little bit deeper than what social media is going to give you when they're just out there slinging balls, where this is, you get your meetings, you get to see these players talk and have fun and really bond before, final cuts are made. So, I don't know. Hard Knocks is good overall as a show, but this season is just kind of a letdown. I might have to go back to last year's and see how that one kind of went and kind of compare it a little bit. Maybe I want to see how next year's is going to do. I'll still watch it, obviously, but hey, Hard Knocks, they can definitely do better. So that's my takeaway kind of from episode 4. Didn't miss much if you didn't see it, but if you want to go watch it again, it's still on HBO Max. All 4 episodes are. Go take a gander. Might like it, might not. I'm not too big of a fan, but being a football fan, I am a fan, so if you kind of get my drift there. So, other than that, we're going to move over to some unfortunate piece of news. This also broke, I believe, yesterday. But the Minnesota Vikings, their breakout, or supposed to have a breakout season tight end, Irv Smith Jr. is out for quite a while. I think he has a meniscus injury. He needed surgery. And apparently it is a 4 to 5 month recovery span. So right then and there, that'll tell you kind of that Well, Irv Smith Jr. is most likely out the entire 2021 season. This sucks. Okay, not only as a Minnesota Vikings fan, but Irv. Okay, this sucks for Irv because this was supposed to be his breakout year. I mean, Minnesota comes into this year, no more Kyle Rudolph. Okay, Irv, this is your team. This is your time to shine. This is, your time to show what you got. Can you play at an NFL caliber level, and get the job done? He was supposed to have this breakout year, and now all of a sudden, sorry, dude. Like, what can you do? It's an injury. Obviously, hopefully he comes back. I hope nothing but the best for him. I hope he comes back stronger next year. But this is huge. Okay, now we're without a tight end. So what do? We still have Jack Conklin on the roster. I think there's Davidson, or I can't remember really his first name is on there. So we have options. Not many. Okay, we're gonna go dabble a little bit. What's in free agency? What's on the other teams? And then boom. Okay, breaking news: Minnesota Vikings go out and they trade for Jets tight end Chris Herndon. It's gonna take me some time to say that last name. It's like Herd on or Hern, like Herrn, and then Herndon or something. I don't even know. But we'll go sign him. Okay, we trade. I believe it was like a 4th rounder, and we get a 6th round or something. We get a 6th round and Herndon, and we trade like a 4th round and something else. I can't really remember off the top of my head. Okay, but things are starting to move in the right direction. Okay, I like Chris. I think he had a couple 100 yards last year, about 6 touchdowns or something like that, if I remember right off the top of my head. Fact check me if you want. I don't care if I'm wrong. But I think it was somewhere around that area, and that kind of that settled me a little bit. Right? I'm like, okay, this guy can play. He's shown that he's able to play. He was a big name, I guess, in the Jets organization last year. Granted, they were pretty shitty. Okay, so once a guy goes off, he's gonna stand out like a sore thumb. You know what I mean? So this guy obviously did that last year. Had a couple good games here and there. So he's coming to Minnesota. I think he's going to be pretty decent for the most part. I mean, what else can he really do at this point besides just hope? He's going to be good. We were going to rely pretty heavily. I think we had some decent weapons, but with this out, Minnesota's down a weapon. So now we got to work with, okay, is Chris actually a man at tight end? We've seen Tyler Conklin in the past. He's actually taken more reps, I believe, than Irv, and he's done really well. So we have, pieces at that tight end position that should be able to be just fine. Hopefully they can block well and all that stuff going forward. But, we've got Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook in the backfield. How is this all going to work out? Is it does that game plan change a little bit, being that Irv is now out of that game plan and what you were going to use him with? Because from what I've been hearing, what you guys have probably been hearing, it's been pretty big news, especially for people going into fantasy drafts and stuff like that Irv was going to have a big year. Go pick up Irv Smith Jr. He might have close to 1,000-yard season, might have 10-plus touchdowns. You never know. This could be his breakout year. And then this happens. Very unfortunate. But like I said, what do? You can't do anything besides go, fuck. Well, next man up. That's pretty much what it is. It's a business. You're going to see that. This is cut week, folks. The cuts have already been made. Rosters are at 53 already. You're going to see a lot more moves before I want to say, it's this Saturday, okay, at 1. Okay, you're going to see more moves happen especially with, practice squad. Like Everson Griffin, we've seen that whole spiel for about a week. He came, was looking really good, goes in the preseason game, gets a sack. This dude was fucking just on all cylinders, just and going right at it. Looked like he wanted to kill the quarterback, for crying out loud. But he had a sack, did good, and then all of a sudden, bam, he's caught. Well, hold the phone. People are getting pissed. What was this all about? What's going on here? Well, in my head, I'm thinking, okay. At first, I was like, well, why the hell would you try this out if you knew you were going to, let him go? Did you just want to give him, a last hurrah and then say fuck you? But then I got to thinking, practice squad, that makes sense. That's what happens. He comes in here, okay, gets released. Vikings are like, you know what, not good enough to be our starter. Okay, we have somebody in mind that's probably a little bit better, has a little bit more oomph under them, even though he has a lot of fire under him. But let's bring him to the practice squad. See, if injuries were to happen, we could sign him from the practice squad, and whatnot. We could dabble with that a little bit. But you got to understand, the Vikings have a lot of ends, okay, a lot of defensive ends. They win in this draft, and they pretty much, in my opinion, they really hit that on the nose, okay? They amped up and they said, let's go defensive end. Let's go get some defensive ends. Let's really, add to that depth, make sure we're safe there. I mean, we had Daniil Hunter go out last year. Who knows with the opt-outs? So, they go and they get Janarius Robinson. Okay, Stephen Weatherly's back. Sheldon Richardson at D-tackle. Maybe he can play some end too. And then you got, Patrick Jones the second and stuff. I haven't looked and seen all the cuts for that quite yet. I'll go look at it later on my free time, but we have a lot of ends, okay? So the Minnesota Vikings made a move and they felt was necessary, and it is what it is. Like I said, this whole process, Irv getting hurt, it sucks, but what do you do? I mean, you just got to kind of roll with the punches a little bit and see what ones land and what ones don't, and hopefully this one does. With Chris coming in from the Jets organization, hopefully he likes winning a little bit more. So, all right, let's get to that last bit of information that we talked about earlier. Cam fucking Newton. Man, sad day to be a Cam. Great day to be a Patriots fan, huh? Great day. Let me tell you. Right from preseason week 1, okay? And I still had that thing in the back of my head saying, Cam's still the guy going forward. Bill really likes this guy. He's probably still more than likely going to start week 1. But Mac fucking Jones, watch out, okay, for a while. This dude is the real deal. He goes out there, he presents himself with some next level maturity. Okay, his throws are precise, perfect. I mean, that offense looks like when this guy was in town, for that 20-year dynasty thing. That's what Mac Jones and that offense looked like, and you could tell that energy and just the way they moved. They were so smooth. Like where before with Cam, it's a whole different type of offense. You got to make sure, he stays outside the pocket. He's going to scramble outside the pocket. He's going to get runs, and he's going to make a lot more decisions that probably aren't best for the team or are not best for the team. And I think with Mac Jones, you get that sense of security, okay? Because Mac throws it to the open guy. Okay? He doesn't make chances. You see a lot of veterans go in there and really try to force things when they really shouldn't, okay? Especially at an early how do I want to say this? At an early stage in their career. Okay, they want to go out there, early draft pick. They want to ball out. They just want to gun that ball, show what they got, and walk in the NFL. That $1 billion walk that they got. But Mac Jones is different. He's a different breed, folks. He's gonna go in there. He's gonna have fun. Okay, he's gonna be mouthy from time to time. He's gonna get a little fire under you a little bit. All right, but he hits the open guy, very, very accurate, and this offense is smooth when he's behind the ball. I really like this choice. Of Cam going forward, or not Cam, of Mac going forward. And at first, really, when I seen Cam get released, I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, why wouldn't you just want to keep him in your offense, keep him with your team? Okay, well, again, when I was watching the Pat McAfee show via Mike Lombardi, he really hit this on the nose for me and really made me kind of realize, okay, this is why they did it, and this is pretty good. And he pretty much said, it's hard to take a 4-star general, and make him a corporal when he's been there for so long. You know what I mean? Like, you got a 4-star general. I mean, you can't just be like, hey, yeah, we're moving you to corporal. Sorry, man. Like, we're going to take a couple ranks from you. Like, you can't do that. Okay, especially when he's been at the helm for so long or for even a short amount of time, but he's been there. He had to be the leader at one point. You just can't do, like, that's tough. That's a tough decision. So I think Bill is like, you know what? If he's not our starter, we got to let him go. We got to give him a different chance somewhere else. Hopefully some other team wants to come pick him up and kind of see and roll the dice with him how he does there. And that really made sense. I was like, okay, well, yeah, obviously. Okay, Cam got that hole last year to start. A team that was probably projected to definitely get last in their division, I believe, last year. To leading them to 7-9. I mean, they won because of Cam. Not because they were with Cam or Cam was there. It was mainly because Cam won them those games. Cam lost them those games as well. Okay, he fumbled it a couple times and had some issues there. But I think with Mac, like this is good for Cam. Okay, there's obviously going to be teams out there looking for quarterbacks. I mean, I seen a whole bunch, like a big list of, target landing spots or landing spots for Cam, possible landing spots. And there's a couple, obviously Houston's there. Who knows what's going to happen with the whole Deshaun Watson situation. Houston doesn't want to get rid of him, but now you have free agency. You got Cam in free agency, but they got Tyrod Taylor as a starter. Are they the same quarterback? Kind of, except for Cam, you're going to get a fucking giant. And with Tyrod, you're just going to get a human being, not a fucking, you get the drip, or gist. But, lost the train of thought. But, you understand. I think with Mac, you're going to get a lot smoother offense, and this is huge, okay, for New England fans, because when Tom was there, okay, you had this dynasty, you weren't worried ever. There was times, okay, literally every time Tom wins the Super Bowl, and I'm a huge Tom Brady fan, have been since I was, fucking just a pipsqueak, and finally understand football besides being a Minnesota Vikings fan. And every Super Bowl, okay, it'd be in the fourth quarter. If Tom was down, I'd be like, I was never worried. I was never like, oh fuck, he might lose this. Come on, please don't. No, I was always just kind of chill, kind of relaxed, kind of just knowing it's not over till that clock hits zero. God damn it. And let me tell you, he's capitalized, especially that 28-3 comeback against the Atlanta Falcons. Can we get some fucking hoorahs for that? Hell of a fucking game, Brady. Hell of a game. But it feels like it could be moving back into, that situation where you're looking at maybe a possible dynasty down the road. Stephon Gilmore, so that defense is huge. They have a top 5, top 3 offensive line. They're starting to get those weapons. N'Keal Harry unfortunately hit the IR, even though he did request a trade earlier this offseason, which get him out of there then, I don't care. Not really a N'Keal Harry fan. Should have been something, is nothing, wants to whine about it, thinks it's the organization. It's really not. You're probably going to have the most discipline in the New England organization, so it's like, are you going to play it better going somewhere else where you're not going to have discipline and you're just going to be, a little bit nonchalant, not really caring too much when you should be caring? Bill's been here, done that, all right? This guy's a GOAT. He's won a lot of games. Fucking listen to him. I don't know. We'll see kind of how this rolls throughout the season. I honestly think this puts New England right now is favored to get third place in their division. Okay, it goes Buffalo, Miami, and then New England. I think Miami was put up there, and this goes back against the Pat McAfee show. If you haven't heard, that's kind of the show I kind of watch and gather my ideas. Not the topics. Okay, the topics are off the top of my head, but just ideas of what to do, what to not. Change it up a little bit, get it to be what I really want it to be in my own show. But it looks as if Dolphins had a great year last year. Okay, a team that wasn't supposed to do really much, or I think they're supposed to get third in their division last year, where New England was supposed to get last, and they shocked the world. Okay, they have a really, really good season. I believe. Off the top of my head, I can't really remember if they made the playoffs. I'm sure they did. Or no, they might have. No, they did not. Sorry, they missed the playoffs. But they were close, all right? So they had something working there. But I think New England, now with this move and having Mac be the starter, I think you can start to look at New England as maybe getting second in that division, possibly breaking into that playoff conversation. It's going to be tough to say if they're going to win more than 10 games. That'd be awesome. But at the same time, it's you don't really know what you're going to get because he is a rookie quarterback. It was just preseason against a bunch of backups. What's going to happen going forward? But I think from what I've seen and from probably what Bill has seen, the whole Patriot organization, and if you guys have watched it out there, Mac looks good. He looks scary good. I'm telling you, watch out for this guy. He's going to be one of the best rookie quarterbacks we've seen in quite some time. And that's going to be quite far-fetched, obviously, but I think it's a very, very good possibility. I think we're going to see another Justin Herbert type year, maybe better, maybe more accurate, something like that. Hey, right now, he's he's favored second to win Rookie of the Year, and I'm going to say it right here, right now. Okay, write it down if you will, but I will remember this. I got Mac Jones for Rookie of the Year. After this move, it really I mean, just watching him play, Bill really trusts in him, trusts in the process and what he's going through. This could be a very, very big year for him, and we've seen in the past, Rookie of the Year usually gets thrown right to the quarterback. Okay, which rookie quarterback's the best? Here's your trophy. That's kind of what happens. So I honestly do believe, and hopefully, with the additions of Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry, in that tight end group, hopefully that comes to fruition, and Mac Jones could be Rookie of the Year. Maybe the Patriots make the playoffs again. I have something more to cheer about, because who knows what the hell these guys can do. It's just an up and down journey. I mean, they have a good year, bad year, good year, bad year, good year, bad year, playoffs lost, playoffs lost. It's like, dude. But, hey, like I said earlier, you just got to roll with the punches, You just got to take a left and a right. And if you get back up, hey, fucking keep moving forward. That's what we're going to do. Well, that's going to do it for the show today, as we are slowly approaching football, in which the start of the 2021 NFL regular season is just 8 days away, folks. Just 8 days, only a week away. A week from tomorrow on Thursday night between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Should be a good one. I'm pumped. You should be pumped. This is regular season football back at our TVs, back in our TVs, back in our lives, back everywhere. It's football season. Let's get amped up. Let's go have a good time. But until then, enjoy the rest of your night and evening. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. with some more NFL coverage. And you just got your fix with the Wicks. Thank you, fellas and ladies.